We are here. Do not adjust your interwebs. We are back. And we're going to talk about things you've probably heard many other podcasts and YouTube and other people talk about already, but we don't care. This is the Geek Culture Congress. We're going to catch up on all of it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I'm one of your hosts, always, little Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by Mr. Rich Ortiz and his friendly mascot, including his friendly mascot. Also,
the Khaleesi.
Also, big shout out to Mr. Tarek Lewis, hanging out with us again today. How are you doing, sir?
Haven't folded my clothes yet.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I'm still cleaning my clothes from the vacation. So yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Mama Bear Doll, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on the live. You are listening to the Geek Culture Congress, where we talk everything nerd and geek and everything else in between. If you're watching this on the live feed, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much. If you're not, that's fine. You can always listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast, Geek Culture Congress. 3 words, look it up. Or on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel, join us live when we go live. 8:30ish. We did 9 p.m. today, 9:05. It's all Joey Franchise's fault, but it's fine. We're still waiting for him to join us as well.
He'll be on in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's 5 minutes. It's only 10 after 9. He is a very important person, by the way. Sorry. Take that into account, okay?
It's the princess's birthday. Shout out to Sophia.
Yes, that's like a whole week event. Yeah, that is like a whole week event. That is. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the live show. We're here to talk about, finally, yeah, I know you've seen it, you've heard everybody else talk about it, but now we're here to talk about it again because that's how much you love it. Superman. It has finally been seen by our eyes and by millions and millions of people worldwide, and it is, in my humble opinion, pleasantly was a pleasant surprise. I enjoyed the movie very much. So, before we go deep into it, I guess if you haven't seen Superman yet, I guess the spoiler warning, but we're super late on it anyway. But you're just gonna have to deal with it, okay?
You didn't care.
If you haven't watched it by now, then you're probably not gonna watch it. So.
You didn't care, right? I did throw up a review when I finally watched it because I watched it. I got the Amazon sneak peek review, Amazon Prime review. So I got.
What's everybody's numbers? What numbers are we getting?
Man, I'm on an 8. I'm on an 8 out of 10. Man, it was a good movie. I think it was delivered well. It was Superman, that I imagined. It was like reading a Silver Age Superman comic book. I liked the way Superman was presented. Nothing turned me off at all, except for I feel like Lex Luthor's hate for Superman wasn't quite explained. We just had to assume as well that he just hates Superman. You know what I mean? But we know that, of course, because we've read the comic books and we know.
Imagine how Germans felt when they saw Jesse Owens. That's what Lex Luthor felt like. Yo.
Yeah. It's it would be cool like if they like alluded maybe this is why he hates Superman because Superman did this or that or a bunch of these things or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. But other than that, I digress. Other than that, it was great. The Justice Gang was great. I have no really big criticisms of the movie, other than the Lex Luthor, thing. It was like, dang, he's like, he really hates Superman, very much so. But it wasn't very, no exposition even to explain, like, he just doesn't like Superman.
He's a narcissist, dude.
Yeah.
He's going to just like the person that everybody else likes. He's like, why does everybody like him so much?
Also,
I actually did like Nicholas Hoult acting as Lex Luthor though,
Hmm.
and how much hate he had for him. It looked good, but it was just like I you took the words right out of my mouth. I wish they would have went deeper into that story and we would have found out a little bit more about him. Because I
Uh,
actually liked him as Lex Luthor.
yeah, no, I think it was great. He was great. Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was a great Lex Luthor. You know,
Dude,
I,
and he was so obsessed with Superman that he, I mean, spoiler alert again, we're late on this, so if you haven't
yeah,
watched it now, whatever. It's like, dude, he was so obsessed with him that he cloned him and
yeah,
he knew all of his moves. And then I loved how they factored in crypto. You know, when we were watching crypto in the commercial, uh, we didn't realize just how important crypto was going to be in this
yeah,
movie.
yeah. We know we didn't. No, we
Right.
didn't.
And not only with the plot and how they end up winning in the end, but also in the end with the big reveal of Supergirl as Millie, who is it, Alcott?
Yeah, Miley Alcock, Alcock.
Yeah,
Okay.
Millie Alcott, like amazing. I loved how they brought her in. She probably had all of 10 seconds in the movie,
Hmm.
and it was amazing the way they added it in at the end, and it all made sense of why crypto was so bad. It all
Yeah,
made
it
sense.
did.
And I understand why the engineer needed to speak Spanish, so we know that she's Latina. You know, for just one part of the movie, and then that's it.
Yo,
There's no more Spanish ever again.
stop it. We gotta represent. Don't do that. Don't
Which
do that Hispanic on Hispanic
I
crime.
don't know. I just I don't. I guess that's what happens when you're
Hey,
in the Antarctic.
Mr. Terrific did some code switching too every once in a
Yeah,
while.
he did.
Yeah, yeah. When Mr. Terrific was like, "Man, you bringing the dog?" That's
Yeah, he blacked up, huh? Yeah,
Dude, but
he black armored up.
yeah, yeah.
I in the beginning, yo, I thought it was gonna be corny how they were gonna bring in crypto, and honestly, it was just perfect enough of how he fit in and how everything was in the end. I also give it an 8. But as much as I like the fact that they didn't go too deep into the origin story, and this was already a couple of years in of him being Superman, him finding out everything. I like the relationship between Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Amazing, dude. It was a refreshing Superman and a refreshing take on Superman, and I loved it, man. And it already shows like how big this universe is going to be. Supergirl coming out, Kara, I think her name is Supergirl, and now they're saying this is gonna be like a space kind of Supergirl movie coming out with her like going to different planets and getting drunk
Mm,
and showing her side of everything.
right. No, it's gonna
It-
be definitely like James Gunn released a little bit of marketing for the Supergirl.
oh yeah, and it
And
was
the,
amazing just how much they put her in, and they said so much with so little of one scene. It's so crazy.
but the most important thing, actually, wait, I'm not live on one of my channels here. I'm going to fix that right now. Um, the most important thing that I saw them do was that marketing that they did for Supergirl, or the marketing for Superman was look up, and they kind of like spray painted over that and put look out. So I like this, different, it's a different vibe for
what you mean?
this Supergirl. What I mean. She's a little bit more aggressive and
Oh
got a
yeah,
chip on her shoulder.
yeah. She's gonna be not a millennial, but what do you call it? Whatever this generation is.
A Gen Z.
A
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah, she's gonna be a Gen
It's
Z
funny.
Supergirl.
Absolutely.
I don't like that in the cartoons though.
Yeah, a little bit, but not, it seems like they're doubling down a little bit more in this version. In this DC James Gunn
Said, said,
world.
said on my
Yeah,
Facebook said Supergirl was drunk off the Incredible Hulks.
Yeah, she was.
Hypnotic.
Yes,
she
she
was
pops
going
into the
off
Red
them
Sun.
beatboxes, dog.
She pops into the Red Sun universes and turns up.
But I love the
Not in
depiction of
several
it because
universes.
I love the
So,
depiction because I don't know if you guys remember the old Supergirl movie, But that Cara Al woman who played her, she was very like proper
Yeah.
and
Oh
everything, you
yeah.
know. And this one turns up. This one's going out.
Well, the Supergirl in the CW is, as a version of like that kind of version of Supergirl, like a very proper and oh my goodness, like you know what I mean?
She's like the nice girl on Charles in Charge.
Yeah.
That's who she was. This one's Pamela Anderson. She coming in.
So, what do you think about the movie overall, Tarek? What'd you give it?
I would go with 8.
Yeah, 8. Wow.
I would go with 8. I enjoyed it. It was the things that I didn't like about it. They explained, like the dog. Like I was mad about. I was like, yo, and I was like, yo, enough of this dog. Like I get it, and the way they explained that away, and Mr. Terrific saying, man, you're bringing that dog again. It kind of like spoke for the audience to say like, yo, and then they explained it. They explained that perfectly at the end. I like that they let Guy Gardner be Guy Gardner, and we got to say like, yo, he looks crazy and corny, and the name Justice Gang is corny, and they're acknowledging that. It's like very tongue in cheek, like, yo,
Low key stole the show. Low key.
yeah. I would say Mr. Terrific.
It was entertaining.
But you very rarely think like I got the feeling. I know some people didn't like that Superman kept getting beat up. I liked it because I
like it.
The problem was that he was too strong, and anytime he got like in a fight, it was like, yo, that guy can't really beat him. So they're starting off letting us know that like, yo, he can be hurt.
Right. And technically, he got beat by a copy of himself. So
yeah.
But also shows the hatred that Lex Luthor had for him. He was so obsessed with this dude. Like you know what? I was kind of surprised too because Superman was getting his ass whooped, and I was wondering like, yo, why is he losing this? Like, from the beginning of the movie, we saw that scene that we saw in the trailers. Him landing and having to be taken back to the palace and having to be healed and everything. And then, that was the first couple of minutes of the movie. And then it was like, damn, Superman's out here getting his ass whooped. Lex Luthor knows his moves so well that he's beating him. So it kind of like.
And then he went back. He went back and left them. They left him in the ground and said, "Oh, well, don't come back to our country anymore," and took off. And a regular person had to pick him up.
Lex Luthor was hitting a battleship on him.
Yeah. He was.
He was putting in the cheat codes, dog. L2, L2, R1, R1.
Yeah, he had the game
left, right.
Capcom code on him, dog.
Well, Joey. I was gonna add Joey right now, and he's not there.
But dude, like I did like again when I first was watching it, I was kind of the same way. I was mad Superman was getting his butt whooped, but then it says something to how well Lex Luthor knew Superman, and then in the end you realize that it was a clone of himself. So, but then what happens? Crypto comes in, and his disobedience and how crazy Crypto was ended up being how they ended up, in the resolve in the end and winning in the end.
When I knew I was really gonna like this movie is when Superman was that infamous scene that we saw, that the monster outside the window and he's sitting down. We all assumed different takes on what was going on. When we finally saw the actual scene, was it also sets up was it the magician from another realm that messes with Superman? Mixoplick, or what's his name?
Mixoplick. Yeah,
so it kind of sets him up a little bit because they explain that monster's from one of those universes, whatever. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, they got it. The Justice Gang. If I keep going out there, they're gonna get demoralized. So I keep doing everything. You know what I mean? And they're talking about like the reveal that his parents or his Kryptonian parents really said different things than what he thought, and Lex Luthor captured it and released it to the whole world,
Yeah,
and they
you know,
saw.
and he goes to it was yeah he goes to to Lois. He goes, I'm gonna turn myself in. And it was such a this is Superman, he would just like, I'm just gonna turn myself in. But she's like, the question, of course, she's like, you're gonna do what? Why? And she's like, well, they got the dog, and it's probably alone. He really just turned himself in just to help, the dog.
I think this is the injustice Superman.
You think so?
I think because the way that interview went with Lois, where he's just like, who
He got a
cares?
little frustrated.
And
Maybe.
like he's very like narrow minded.
Mm.
Like narrow minded, and Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific are like, hey, let's kill the kaiju.
Right.
Just kill it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like maybe we could take it to a plant. Like he's very
Mm-hmm.
setting it up for which a lot of people are talking about. Like, what kind of Batman is he gonna have? It's
Yeah.
for a very good Batman.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
dude, I love the jokes of how like everybody low key knew that Lois Lane and Superman were banging, and nobody said anything.
It's funny.
It was kind of like the consensus of the crowd too, and the audience and everybody too. It's like all of us were kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
and
then
they kind of make a joke at it. Not even just that though. It also kind of shows like Superman, as important as he is. It also shows like the Justice Gang and the other superheroes in it, and just how big that universe is as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think they did an amazing job. And like you said before, I love the little twist that they had, like where before the symbol of Superman was supposed to be the symbol for hope and all that stuff, and where it came from. And then now to have his parents tell them that like, hey, you got to take over this planet.
Right.
Yo, I love that take on Superman. I liked it.
But also, really what set Superman on his course was his upbringing. Really, you know what I mean? And that's what gave us Superman that we have in this movie is that upbringing from mom and pop Kent. And I like this mom and pop Kent. They're very regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I was hating on them too, and you know what? They kind of brought me around. It was
Yeah.
good. I like his kind of wisdom was a very like country, like low key. Like he wasn't even trying to be like no shade to Kevin Costner. He was an all right dad, but this one was like a little bit more low key, and I liked it how like they kept it that way.
Welcome to Joey Franchise to the show, live from vacation. Oh, we can't hear him. He's still trying to, still having some technical difficulties. We'll bring you back later, Joey. Start waving at me when you.
Sit on my Facebook page is saying, he said, I wish we could have seen Superman get his ass beat the first time around by the clone.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't work. But I see how this Superman will now. I see like the stories that are getting set up, like the future Authority, movie that might, the conflict with other heroes, with other, just all kinds of different outlooks on how to be a hero, and how to do it right. Especially not just including Batman, with the whole rest of the Justice Gang or whatever, the whole team, and the government, the U.S. government. I see it all. I think it's going to be great. Joey Franchise, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Live from vacation.
You're live from vacation? You on a boat?
Nah, getting robbed by the mouse over here in Disney World.
Okay, I thought you were
okay.
Dolphins training camp, dog, with the background.
I wish that was the case. But no, it's cool. Celebrating my daughter's 4th birthday, so it's been pretty extravagant. I got a bunch of stuff on my IG at Joey Franchise if you want to see what went down. But since we talking Superman, I've been listening to what everybody had to say, and man, I got to agree with Terry. I think we're all kind of on the same page as far as it being an 8. somewhere in that realm, I guess. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a well done movie. It's a comic book movie, not afraid to be a comic book movie. And it's crazy because we're used to seeing these kind of like serious tones in a lot of our superheroes. They've kind of made it, and I think MCU and Snyderverse kind of made it as if like these people can like walk amongst us in real life. So we've kind of had that, serious tone in a lot of these movies. And I think James Gunn kind of flipped the script and kind of flips the Superman character on its head and brought him back to, watching, like feeling like you were reading a comic book. You know what I mean? It's like a live action comic book right there on your big screen. I thought it was well done. It helped, he helped with the, I wasn't a big fan, as you know, and Tarek can attest, is not being a fan of the crypto character, but them explaining it so well and kind of letting it, transition into Supergirl, because that's her dog. I guess he was just babysitting it, but or dog sitting it.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he was like he really tries so hard for like humanity to really accept him. And I thought, I feel like that's always been kind of Superman's issue, is just people just trying to accept the fact that, he's Superman he's an alien who wants to live amongst us and do right. And he's kind of has all the characteristics that a lot of us, that are on Earth, don't have. He has all those characteristics, and the way he acts is like how he envisions what people on Earth should be: kind, all these good things, just be a good Samaritan, be good to others, protect others. You know what I mean? Like, and I thought that dialogue at the end with him and Luthor was like probably one of the best pieces of dialogue I've seen in a superhero movie like ever. Where he's like, I put my shoes on, and I'm not always having the perfect day, but I try really hard. That kind of vibe. Not word for word, not verbatim, but I thought that was some of the best superhero dialogue I've ever seen in
That's how Bill Clinton got the black vote
film.
back in the 90s. But said that, we was like, you know what, Bill?
Yeah, and not to kind of regurgitate everything that we've been talking about, because I think we all genuinely enjoyed the movie. But I thought Nick Holtz's Lex Luthor was phenomenal. Definitely gave the Gene Hackman vibes. He was very diabolical, and bro, that scene in the Pocket Universe where he offs the halal guy, bro, that was crazy. And you got to see just how ruthless, and he's willing to go the extra mile, like Rich said, to really mess up Superman, or really stick it to him. Pause. But like
Right.
and I thought Superman getting beat up by Ultraman was perfect, man. Like, and they've already explained in the beginning, he's been kicking ass for 3 years, and now he's getting his ass beat, and you're witnessing him getting his ass beat. So, and he's getting beat up by himself, which I think Ultraman will end up being in a version of Bizarro probably in a couple more movies down the road. So they kind of set that up nice too.
Yeah, I like the way they set that up as well.
Going off what Joey said about like what Superman idealizes everything that humans should be, or he expects humans to be, or what he was taught they should be. That's why Lex hates him, because it's like he can't be that. Like, you can be that because you come from another planet, you have all these abilities, and you're not gonna die, and you're invulnerable, and you get to be that. But you don't have to live the life. That's why Lex hates him. Like, he can never be Superman. No matter what he does, he can never be that. And I think Lex sees it's like, yo, that's not fair. Like, that's not fair. Like, that he gets all this praise, and I'm one of the most brilliant people on the planet. Me and Mr. Terrific maybe, and he gets all this praise. Like, he's not even one of us. I can deal with one of us being better, but you.
It's kind of crazy, like the battle. It's like there's always the battle between good and evil, but it's like in this movie, it's like the battle of right and wrong also. But like how he's trying to weaponize, like he's trying to get paid to protect people, whereas Superman's just doing it out of the goodness of his heart. And Lex hates that he can't be that good. It's crazy.
Superman was getting paid though. Lois kept checking him, like, you keep interviewing yourself. Hold on. Where's the integrity?
That's a typical wife thing.
No, dude, but they they put in Crypto perfectly. They put in Supergirl perfectly, and now everybody is anticipating Supergirl, which comes out June 26, 2026. By the way,
Yeah. Also, I mean, we have Peacemaker 2, season 2 on the way as well.
just got a new
And
trailer for
James
that.
Gunn confirmed that that's going to be, well, I think 2 months after Superman. I think
Okay.
that's where on the timeline it begins.
Yeah. I mean, the trailer's out there. I don't feel like running it right now on the show, so you guys go watch it if you guys have not seen it yet. But it's definitely interesting how he's gonna fix some plot problems he had, from this transition of the DCUs.
I didn't like about Superman. I didn't understand Hawk Girl's wing.
Yeah, I didn't understand why she had to scream at everybody too.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay. By the time it happened, I didn't care. I liked the movie enough. It was fine.
Yeah,
We accepted it for what it is.
I did like her moment when she's like, you can't kill me like Superman wouldn't kill you. She's like, I'm not Superman. Yeah, I did like that moment for her.
I also like how the Justice Gang low key like was helping Superman out. Just as powerful as he was, he still needed like not just like help from other superheroes, but also advice and like how to be human. Not
Right.
just from the Justice Gang, but from his parents as well, showing just how important his relationship with his parents was.
Yeah.
Also, I want to remind everybody this is also this universe, the Superman we saw exists in the same universe where the creature commandos we just saw exists, and that was a lot of violence and bloodshed in that.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's interesting this compare and contrast. Like two extremes of the same but they all live in the same universe. This world building that James Gunn is doing is very interesting.
And casting of Rick Flag is the same casting.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So
Senior, let me say.
I think we're all here for it.
It's very much comic booky, like what he's doing. Where
Mm-hmm.
he have kind of more of a graphic tone with a group of characters, but then also have like a more campy, yet at times when it needed to be serious, it got a little serious, but it was for the most part a pretty campy movie. Superman, I'm speaking of, but just the fact that he can go from different tones, where like Superman was kind of built off like the campiness, the with minor serious tone, but also had a sign of hope and be like a bright movie. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like a bright movie. Like, it wasn't dark tone or anything like that. But they can go on like a campy dark tone with Creature Commandos. So I think it's very comic booky in how he's kind of handling this DCU so far with these two projects.
Did you guys catch the mural? The mural in the Hall of Justice?
Yeah, they released a breakdown of that.
Yeah, they did.
I think that shit's mad corny.
Do you think it's corny? I just thought it was cool. I was like, okay, but I don't know. I thought it was cool for the moment. But then when they started breaking it down, I was like, okay, I didn't need to know. All right.
I think it was good, man. Superman, refreshing take. I loved it.
Happy birthday, Sophie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, girl. Hello. Happy birthday.
Man, that girl got spoiled. I got every Disney princess toy you can think of.
Oh, goodness.
Is she riding rides yet, Joey? Or could she get on some rides, some kids rides?
She rode a Little Mermaid ride. Like, it's kind
of...
Lost him.
Oh, she tripped over the Ethernet wire.
I don't know. It's that spotty internet in them Disney hotels.
Yeah.
I'm sure Joey will be back right away. Let's move on to the next thing. The next big thing.
Avatar.
Avatar is alright. We will touch Avatar before we leave. But we will talk about Fantastic Four First Steps in theaters this past weekend. Right now.
This one we can't really spoil for everybody because it's only been out for about 4 days. So
yeah.
We could if we wanted to.
We're gonna alert people at a certain point, but I will tell you this. I'm gonna go first.
All right, go ahead.
I watched every Fantastic Four movie. Well, not everyone. I'm sure there was one in the 70s or something that happened.
No, I watched that one that didn't get released. That was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't.
I watched that on YouTube. Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's fun. It's so bad. It's funny.
I did watch some of the old cartoon series that was like in the 90s when they were doing Iron Man stuff. I watched a few of those, which were mad corny too. And even I watched the one with Michael B. Jordan and all that, and yeah, it's still pretty bad. And I was just like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. Definitely the best Fantastic Four film. Definitely the best Fantastic Four film. Silver Surfer, scene stealer. Like it could if they wanted to, if they had done more of her, it would have been the Silver Surfer story. But I'm glad it wasn't. And I'm a Silver Surfer fan. Like I love the character, and the mythos behind the character. And I know there is a female Silver Surfer. I know the name. I know how it works. But I completely forgot that there was. It didn't matter to me that the Silver Surfer wasn't the Silver Surfer that we know. It completely went out of my head. I was like, I just like that this character is dope, and has the gravitas. And Galactus, I don't know if you could do a better job of portraying Galactus. I honestly don't know if you could do a better job. That was an amazing job of portraying Galactus. Because it's a hard thing to portray. It's a planet eater, and we saw what they did in some of the other Silver Surfers. I mean, sorry, some of the other Fantastic Fours. And that was just tough. Like, it's a big cloud of nothingness. But Galactus in this one, I don't know if you can do a better job. I would say the only drawback of the film, not enough seeing of their powers throughout. Like, you get to really, really, really see them in action a whole lot. But they definitely established a good thing about the unity of the group. And as a comic book fan, this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailers, but Franklin Richards' existence just opens up so many things.
It does.
Like what can come next? So kudos to them for that. I can't give it quite an 8. I'll probably go like a 7, 7.5. But I enjoyed it.
Solid.
Go ahead, Joey.
Go ahead, Joey, before you have internet things again.
Yeah. Yeah, I apologize. I've been in Disney Park all day. Phone died. But yeah, Fantastic Four, I was blown away. I think this is exactly what MCU needed to kind of get right back on track. I want to start off with what I didn't like real quick. Just I gotta agree with Tarek. I wouldn't say not so much the usage of their powers, but the fight scenes. And I didn't realize it up until the second time I saw it. It's just like, damn, you know what? They didn't really fight that much. They weren't like really suited up until the montage in the beginning, and then at the end with Galactus. So that was one. The second I would have to say is, but you know what? It's probably gonna get explained through Doomsday, but just well, you know what? I'm a little disappointed that their Earth didn't shatter. I feel like the stakes were so high, and I think it was a love-hate. I love the fact that Reed Richards is like able to pivot like on the spot like that. Like he can feel like confused, and you know what I mean. The smartest man on the planet is confused, just doesn't not know what to do, and then just suddenly pivot. And it was just constant pivoting on the team's part. She actually saw it with me. It was funny. But I don't think that. I think one that they breezed through a bunch of their big their rogues gallery. They've named like about 8 people that's in their rogues gallery. That you don't see. They cut John Malkovich out the movie. And I just think it didn't really set up Doomsday too much, like how I expected it. I should say, it didn't set up Doomsday the way I expected it. I thought their world was gonna end, and they had to move out, and they got stuck maybe in space, or Reed just kind of shot them into another, through his portal, through his up the Excelsior, and then went through the jump point, like how Guardians does. I was kind of expecting that to happen. I mean, it gave it kind of a hopeful ending, but the Doom post-credit scene kind of helped it out a little bit, and the fact that Franklin Richards, obviously, I don't know if he's going to be the world builder that we think he is. He's going to be. I think he's going to be more of a healer, as you saw him bringing Sue Storm back to life. So I think what he was doing with Doom's face at the end was kind of reconstructing his face, and then it's gonna, then you're gonna see Robert Downey come Doomsday. But overall, what I liked about it, I love the cast. Vanessa Kirby was amazing, dude. She was great as Invisible Woman. Pedro Pascal, and it's like he really showed like this is why I do every goddamn movie and TV show on the planet.
Man's on a generational run.
Yo, the craziest run ever, bro, and he proved exactly why he's on it, bro. He's just that good, dog. He was really believable, concerning. I love the fact that Sue felt more like a leader than he did. Kind of gave it a little different dynamic, and here's the thing: you're not gonna dig Fantastic Four unless you're a parent. You're not gonna really because just the fact that she gave birth on the spaceship. The fact that she damn near sacrificed her life, and you just saw the power of a woman. And a lot of people are like, "Yo, how's she gonna just push a celestial god like that?" Listen, never underestimate the power of mom. You know what I'm saying?
My mom could
that's
do that.
Kind of the
sure.
vibe it gave. Yeah, I'm saying like my mom could do that.
Yeah.
My mom
could. My mom would do that.
My mom would shoot Galactus to fade right now if he go crazy. So like, if you're a parent, you're probably gonna appreciate it a little bit more. But 8.5, I thought the story was solid. The banter between Thing and Johnny Storm was great. I thought Joseph Quinn's going to be a good Johnny Storm. I'd like to see more. I want to see more of Ibn Bacharach's The Thing. I hope we get to see more of that at Doomsday. I know Rich said that he didn't like his Brooklyn accent, so that's that. But I mean, overall, bro, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
That wasn't a Brooklyn accent.
It was?
I don't know what it was.
Dude, I didn't even hear an accent, to be honest with you, in Ibn Bacharach's voice. I wanted more of a New York accent. I needed that deep, like, it's clobbering time. You know what I'm saying? Like something. But either way, I think I love the dynamic of the group. I think they did a really good job at showing how powerful the Fantastic Four is. Because to go up against Galactus, like how big he was and how he could just take out worlds, and you saw not just how important Franklin Richards was to Galactus and how much he wanted him, but also like the power of the Fantastic Four to actually like, hey, baby on board on Earth, if you're gonna mess with us, we're not gonna wait for you to come to us. We're gonna go to space and we're gonna mess with you out there, and we're coming to you to shoot the fade. They weren't
with a pregnant mom, bro.
Yeah, pregnant mom energy and everything. Yo, Fantastic Four is kind of hood, yo, and I liked it. And also like I like the way that they went right into the story again, and they didn't go too far into what the origin story was. This was a couple years into them being the Fantastic Four, them doing everything, and how important their family was, and how the family was growing. And then again in the end, spoiler alert, because there was a lot of rumors going around about the scene and the cut scene at the end, and for Franklin Richards to be, holding Doomsday's face or caressing his face, and now we're also again the anticipation for the next movie in Doomsday, and how we get to the end of the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four coming to that dimension. Like, we don't know anything between those two times now, and how that gets set up, which was really good. I actually like how they're still living that, giving you that mystique and that mystery of what the timelines are between that and there, and how they got to that dimension, because they said it in the beginning of the movie. It's stamped. It's not the same dimension as the 616 right now.
No, it's the 828.
The 828.
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Just because I enjoyed it. I liked it. probably at the end, by the end of the movie, I was kind of like, man, this kind of movie just really exists just to create the MacGuffin of Franklin Richards, you know? And because let's face it, if we would have not had this movie, and the next movie would have been Spider-Man and Doomsday, right? If Fantastic Four was introduced in Doomsday with all these same actors, we would have picked it up. Nothing happened in this movie that's like, oh wow, oh yeah, I need to know what happened before. You know what I mean? That I don't think whatever they're gonna introduce going forward for Doomsday and Secret Wars, I don't think anything super important that happened in this movie we needed to know per se. While it was enjoyable, I enjoyed watching it. It was fun, but I really feel like it was just created just to, okay, we're gonna use Franklin Richards, so we need to do Fantastic Four.
It was a Franklin Richards origin story.
Yeah, kind of, sort
of.
Kind of, sort of.
I will say though,
villain though.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he is
big villain, but
yeah. So like technically, so I really feel like this is kind of like a trilogy. Here's the trilogy right here: the First Steps, Doomsday, Secret Wars, and that's gonna be the whole arc of this Fantastic Four right now. Because now they gotta explain how, their Earth is in danger now in Doomsday. How they're gonna get to 616 somehow because of whatever reason they need to travel there to be the.
I'm assuming Doom's gonna take Franklin Richards.
Yeah, we're assuming.
But it's like, how is he? What? The thing is I don't know what kind of Doom like has at this point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know his
magic. Is it going to be the?
Yeah, he does magic and science. He's like him. So yeah.
What a combination of both.
In this universe?
Oh yeah, we don't know what exists in this version of Earth too, in this universe too.
You have Subterranea, so anything's possible. You have Subterranea, you have Mo-Man existing. You got all the characters they pretty much named in the movie because when the baby's while Sue's pregnant, Reed is making like a what is it, an armor to like around the city to kind of protect his family, so that way they don't have to really be stepping out like that.
Right.
But I just don't how smart Reed Richards is. I wish they would have went into that, dove in a little bit more about how smart he was, because though I liked how they made Sue Storm really the leader of that group and how important she was, like I felt like other than equations that he was making and things that he like maybe two lines that he said, you didn't really see how smart Reed Richards was. Like, and I wish they would have just went in a little bit deeper there.
I don't know. I think he had the doubt because of what happened to them. Like
yes.
Like he had he was the smartest and the most confident, and they all believed in him. And what happened to them, and to Ben in particular, he felt like I messed up. And now we're having this baby. We don't know what this baby's gonna be because of what I did, what I exposed us to. And I think it was a dope character thing of like he's like always just logical. He was kind of like, hey,
and Sue's his wife, the family challenges him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The family challenges him because he's so logical. He's like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking what we do. He's like, no. And he's like, no, I know you are.
Yeah. 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 His intelligence is his strength and his biggest weakness because he's not emotional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just doesn't know how to convey things to people, which was make Sue Storm so important.
My biggest questions though too is just like I understand, and Speedy helped make sense of this. It's just like it really just it's to fast forward this whole thing by creating Franklin Richards based off of like the powers from what we know in the comics. But it's just like, what happens next with Franklin Richards? Does he just hang out with the Fantastic Four like the rest of the movies when, after Doomsday and Secret Wars? Or does something else happen? Does he become something more than that? Does he sacrifice himself to create this, next universe where everything's going to kind of get, kind of recasted or, like kind of rebooted? That's a big question. Also, like, what's the stake? We know what happens in the comics with Namor and Invisible Woman. Namor has been announced for Secret Wars. So is that or Doomsday and probably Secret Wars? Like, is that going to be a thing? Like, are they going to touch that on the comics? Like, is a lot of there's a lot of questions like for the future of what's going to happen next. I mean, I can appreciate this movie for what it is right now, but like going forward, and that's when like I really start to kind of question, well, what's the bigger plan behind all this? So you showed us Franklin Richards, Valeria Richards is another one. I don't know if they're ever going to bring her into the picture, but it's like, where does this go after Doomsday and Secret Wars? Like,
Yeah,
we're gonna
does Kang
Fantastic
still
Five?
play a part? Does Kang still play a part? Does Loki still play a part?
We don't know yet. I guess that's what we got to look forward to.
Not even just
the goal of it, and it accomplished that.
Not even just those questions, but also like how do they get there? Because it's like 2 seconds of Doomsday. I mean, Victor Von Doom, or is it Victor Von Doom? We don't know. But and we're alluding that's Robert Downey Jr. too. So it's like I think they did perfect in leaving that hook in all of us and seeing how they get to that point at the end of Thunderbolts.
Also, if think about this, if Doom is coming from the 828, that means the 616 Tony Stark is a variant of him. Technically.
Yeah.
So interesting.
What if the big twist is that the 616 Tony Stark was never Tony Stark, and it was Victor Von Doom the entire
That's
time?
true. What if Kang is made to get rid of Doom from the sacred timeline? He's like, oh well, you're gonna get adopted by the Starks, and he fixed it, But he's really got Victor Von Doom.
I think that might be the play now that Robert Downey Jr. is done with playing the Iron Man role, and that's definitely something Disney wants to recast and recast fast. The same thing with Captain America, and all their like big, their big four, I guess, with the exception of Thor, but and probably Hulk. But yeah, I think that might actually be the pivot to creating this new universe with Iron Man in it, but more based around X-Men. And that'll be kind of
I mean, it's obvious they're going the X-Men route, and Franklin Richards is leading that, definitely.
Yeah, he's going to create or make the universe as if like everybody's been here this entire time.
I agree. So let's see what we got, man. I think the consensus is pretty well for both of those movies. So you haven't seen them yet.
Crazy. You can't compare the two, really.
No, they're two different.
I know everybody wants that.
Two different things.
What was better, Superman or Fantastic Four? I think they were both great movies that told their own story. They were their own thing. They weren't. It's hard to really compare two different tones, and they were both phenomenal. And Fantastic Four, I think, gave it MCU its serious but comic booky vibe. Like the 828 universe was very comic booky. If you had you had Gigantor in the montage, you had Red Ghost, it was all these comic book, rogues gallery villains that they were going up against. They were doing comic book things like Mole Man was, bringing buildings down into his subterranean, his area. So, it had its comic book feel, but serious tone. But comic book movies are starting to come back to being actual comic book movies.
And not even just that, Mole Man being used in the end, actually his lair and everything, But it was good, man, and I liked how they did like little bits and pieces and little Easter eggs for the comic book fans, everybody to see. Man, that the Thing voice, that I just thought that it could have been deeper, Sorry.
Oh, and I liked Herbie. Herbie was cool. My kid loved Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie was cool.
Yeah. It was cool.
Vanessa Kirby was good. Joseph Quinn was good. Pedro Pascal's good.
Yo, Galactus.
I'm sorry, Ebon. You're the only thing.
I like Galactus grabs a like a big old glob of earth and smells it like.
and then Johnny just looks at him like.
Yeah. Galactus was about to smoke on that Earth pack though.
But Yeah, I guess he did that because he's never stepped on land or hasn't been on like land in, like forever or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they make Galactus a little sympathetic.
He a little bit, but he is in the comic book. He is a little sympathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
He was like Sylar in Heroes. Like, I got the hunger.
Yeah.
Marvel always does really well with that though. Like making these villains like a little humanized, and people that way people sympathize with them. Like they've done it with a lot of them. They did it in Thor, Love and Thunder. They did it in, with not just that Ultron. Like, yeah, he was evil, but then he's like, oh yeah, I gotta protect you guys from yourselves. Like I was
They
made to
did it with
protect
Loki for sure.
Loki. Like make it, and now Loki's like
Killmonger.
one of the most important people, and all of us are still waiting to see how that story plays out. And even if he does come back, like, is he done? Is he not? We don't
We'll
know.
find out soon. What else came out? No, the San Diego Comic Con was this past weekend, and there was a bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff announced. James Gunn was talking.
Yeah, James just said that there's people that we might never see again.
Oh wow,
Harry Styles.
that was Feige.
Oh, that was Feige.
Feige was talking about Feige actually before, because Marvel wasn't at SDCC. Feige went in, did his own little press conference at like some lair and invited like certain people in the press, and he was just answering open-ended questions and any concerns people had with going forward with the MCU. And yeah, he did mention some people will never see again, and I'm assuming that your boy Harry Styles, Richie, is going to be one of them. But I guess he does have plans for the Eternals to come back some way, somehow. So who knows?
How do they disappear? They're supposed to protect everybody. How they just disappear?
I always listen. I thought the movie
plot armor, baby, plot armor.
I thought that movie was nicely, like, decently shot, and I thought the acting was good. I just didn't understand the story, and it was kind of tacky, just with the fact that how powerful they are. They couldn't intervene because Thanos wasn't attacking them or something like that. Because Thanos wasn't a deviant, so they couldn't touch that.
Yeah, if you ever played Hoop It Up and you had a homeboy who was like 6'5", and you signed him up and he just wouldn't show up, you'd be like, "Yo, why do we even have you on the squad? Like, you didn't do nothing."
Sat there and let it happen.
Yeah. He saw us
like
get
the
destroyed.
the stakes was high, bro. Like, and if old girl was in love with old boy, not Icarus, the other dude, Kit Harington's character,
Black
Knight. Yeah, like she was in love with dude this whole time, and in a relationship, you think she'd want to protect him, and like especially if he like disappeared in the snap, which I don't think he did, but still, like you're out here loving humans and humanity and taking care of everybody.
I don't think any of that stuff's gonna get explained in any way, shape, or form, or not adequately anyway.
Yeah, they gotta honor it because they had it in Captain America: Brave World.
Oh yeah, I guess.
They gotta honor that hands there. They gotta honor what happened with the Eternals. Point.
Interesting. There's also
that was my little side tangent.
Blade is coming out next year.
That's what he said? Did he say that? There's a quote?
Coming out or filming. Hold on. Don't quote me. Hold on.
An actual Blade movie?
Yep. It was announced. It was all over socials today, actually.
He probably gonna be writing this one.
Let me see.
Let's see.
Blade 2016. Hold on.
Okay. It was a day ago. Marvel Studios reportedly moving ahead with long-delayed project.
Begin filming next year. Yeah, begin filming next year.
Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, are we still excited for Blade, or is it kind of like
I don't know? It's starting to become infamous now.
Yeah.
If they're filming Blade, that means that they got plans for Midnight Sun for sure.
Oh yeah,
because
they're definitely working on that.
Sequel will will be more of a. I think the Blade sequel, well, the Blade movie will set up a sequel where it'll include like the Midnight Suns, and I think that's how they're going to incorporate Moon Knight and those guys. And,
Yeah.
Oh, and they're already casting Ghost Rider. So the fact that there's news prior to this Blade announcement.
Mhm.
So now that there's this announcement, but there was one a couple days ago where they said they're actively casting for Ghost Rider right now. So they're trying to set up or introduce Ghost Rider probably at the end of the Blade movie or something like that. They're gonna create Midnight Sun, like.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. I bet money on it right now.
Multiverse of Madness left us on a what the hell now moment, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, there is a crazy rumor. I heard, my bad. I'm getting super excited because now it's all coming to me. There is a crazy rumor running around. I don't know where I got it from. What source I got it from, but I know just probably going down a rabbit hole in YouTube. But the fact that Doom is possibly using Franklin Richards, since he brought Sue Storm back to life, and it was witnessed that she was brought back to life.
Mhm.
And I think the people of that, in that New York knew that happened and how powerful Franklin was.
Right.
That he's going to use Franklin to resurrect Scarlet Witch, and Scarlet Witch is going to there's going to be a love between Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom.
Wait, what Earth is the But what Earth is the Multiverse of Madness? What number is that? That
616.
Earth? No, the
Where he
the one he goes to. He gets stuck in for a moment where there's another Reed Richards and
I don't know.
I forgot what number that was. Somebody in the live show tell us, help us out. 838. Interesting. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that. There was a new trailer for Avatar, another Avatar movie. Not the Last Airbender, but the Blue People.
Yeah, the Fire and Ash.
Fire and Ash.
It looked cool, but I haven't seen the last one. So,
you haven't seen the last one yet?
Nah,
Joe, you don't go.
I found it is. It's not bad. It's good.
Don't listen to them.
But this one looks like they're the Blue People are in.
Yeah, it's like Civil War. Like they fighting against each other.
And then guys still alive, still going after him.
He did survive, if I remember correctly.
In the last movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's left on the cliffhanger, and
Exactly.
I mean, if you guys haven't watched it, but I don't want to ruin it for Joey. But
you could go ahead. I mean, if anything, I'll go back and watch it.
Don't watch
Something already got spoiled.
there's a big death in that movie. You have to watch it, but you won't understand what I'm saying. But like, you want to see the continuation of this movie and the fact, I mean, it came out way quicker than the sequel came out, so that's where.
Well, because they filmed them back to back, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fourth one too was filmed.
Yeah.
All three of them were filmed back to back, which is amazing.
Cameron got time.
Yeah, James Cameron don't miss sometimes. So.
No, he can miss
sometimes.
Are you looking forward to it, Tarek? Did you like the trailer at least?
No.
No, you thought we should have stopped already?
I'm sick of it, dog.
Yeah, the blue people. No more blue people.
There's not that many variations of blue people. It's just not. There's just not that many variations of blue people.
Now there's the evil blue people now because they're fighting.
Designing these blue people.
Yeah.
It's clearly white people who think all black people look alike.
That's hilarious.
Designing these blue people because they all got the same nose. I'm like, they all look like Jacksons. They look like Blue Jacksons. Blue Jacksons. I don't like it. I'm not a fan, dog. It's Fern Gully.
Well, that's why Joey hasn't watched the second one yet. He turned off. Yeah.
You know what?
He turned it off in his brain. Honestly, I watched it by accident. To be honest with you, it was just on. I don't forget who was watching it. I was like, oh look, the second Avatar movie. Let me watch it.
Listen, this visually looks great.
Yes, it does.
Visually looks great, but just nothing to that story. It's just little white boys with dreads. I'm out.
This cultural blue people appropriation. That's what it is.
You're doing dances. Now you're doing dances with wolves.
That's what I was looking for. Yes.
Now you disrespect me.
I'm out, dog.
What am I forgetting, guys? What am I forgetting?
Masters of the Universe, bro. You hyped?
Oh my! I don't know. I'm not too excited for it. I've seen too much already.
Of what?
I think it's gonna be. Although the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie holds a special place in my heart, but it is very corny, you know. And I feel like they're gonna do that again in their own way, and I don't know if it's gonna
Max Vachina
work this time.
Coming out, and they released like a scene.
Which one?
Max Vachina on Amazon Prime, which I'm shocked they're still doing.
Yeah.
Released another thing, and the Gen V trailer dropped.
Gen V trailer dropped also at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah. Also, there was
a lot.
There was an Alien Rogue Incursion trailer that came out. Of course, Peacemaker 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a rumor that Arnold Schwarzenegger might be back for another Predator thing. Yeah. They're playing around. It's a rumor, though. It's a rumor.
Listen, the last Predator ended it on the animated one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're doing this weird, like, their own Aliens Predator kind of like universe, but without saying Aliens Predator. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're doing like a Predator thing and doing a little bit of Alien, Easter eggs, and doing a Aliens thing with a little bit of Predator Easter eggs, and they're playing around. Mm-hmm. It seems like they're building to something.
The weird thing about the Peacemaker trailer to me is like I remember liking Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm. The first season.
Yeah, the first season, and then like I'm watching the trailer and I'm like, I don't remember what happened.
It wasn't that super important, you know what I mean? Like it was like I enjoyed it and they just left my mind. It's like some dumb penis jokes happened and then then the show ended.
I don't remember at all what happened, but it's definitely multiverse.
They were like getting in. There was like insects or something like right.
Something like that's it.
People.
Yes.
They were control. It was an alien insect army that was like controlling people.
Yes.
And then like at the end, he found like the mother one who was just like milking or like birthing just a bunch of these insects.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they showed this new trailer, and I'm just like, okay, I'm in, but I got to figure out what happened before.
Yeah.
Well, go find a YouTube recap video, and then it'll catch you up. Top 15 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
I think we talk about everything before. We've been here long enough. We got to move on with our lives, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Mr. Tarek Lewis, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
At the Tarek Lewis on YouTube and on Instagram.
Mr. Joey Franchise.
At Joey Franchise, at Franchise on Film. Get in with me. Rich
Ortiz.
Richie_Ortiz. You can see it right here, too.
And of course, you can follow me at DJ Speedy JR. All the socials, follow the show. Find the show. If you want to consume us as an audio podcast, by all means, look for Geek Culture Congress Podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. The official live home, if you want to be part of the conversation, is on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Give me subscribe over there, and you'll get notified when we go live on Tuesday nights with the Geek Culture Congress Podcast. Of course, if you're watching the playback on the Wild 94.1 YouTube channel, thank you so much for hanging out with us all the way to the end. And next week, I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but something will happen in news. We'll come and talk about it. Some trailer will drop. Oh, yeah. And we'll do a recap of San Diego Comic-Con things that got announced. I don't know. We'll figure out something.
Tampa, we got a con this weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's a con this weekend.
I got a photo up with David Harbour, bro.
Oh, slit. That's lit.
With Red Guardian.
Red Guardian himself. All right, guys. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. We'll see you guys next week. Signing off. Peace.